Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes. Men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men.
They are firing rubber bullets. The air is thick. Now they are firing them into the neighborhoods, into the back of people's houses. We will continue to broadcast.
18-year-old kid that was killed in Santa Rosa holding a quote-unquote simulated gun. But in theory, one would think that if they're practicing, practice makes perfect, so to speak.
The tactics that you guys have deployed, learned over your history.
How do we get out?
There's some big doings getting ready to take place in the city of Oakland. We're talking about urban war games.
What's your name? What's your name?
Do you have kids at home? I'm not going to waste too much time on y'all, but I want to ask this right now. Do you have kids at home?
We got our hands up. Please don't shoot us. Please don't shoot us. You wouldn't want to do this. He begged and he begged. And that man, that monster, killed my child.
The police department has nothing to hide. Why did they steal evidence from the crime scene? Why did they plant a fake gun on Mario? Why did they hold Mario's family hostage in their home? Why did they lie to press about Mario being a parolee? Most importantly, why has it taken so long for witnesses' statements to be taken?
With the same tactics. And they're being trained by military dictatorships that are experts in keeping down dissent of poor people.
An increase of police activity of gun violence being used since some of those trainings by IDF. And this just leads from those tactics that they're being trained by IDF personally.
My son James Rivera was murdered. And I changed the word murder to assassinated because they shot my son 48 times. He did not deserve that. And 19 of them hit his body. My son was only 16 years old.
OPD since 2002 using these weapons in large crowds, which is some of the tactics that they're trying to use them for.
Wait, so because there are lots of demonstrations here, this is where they get their practice run. What you do see is people who demonstrate against grievances that they have against the government. What is this really about? Is this about crowd control on a domestic population?
Stand up against inequalities and stand up against these different issues that the government is holding against us, is that you're considered a threat.
To know that I am James Rivera. I am James Rivera. And what I did with my madness, I started organizing in Stockton, California. I cried so much my face feels tight. I cried too much my eyes burn. I need y'all. I need y'all. I need y'all. I need
And local police into a deadly bank robbery chase and shootout that left a hostage and 2 suspects dead. Tonight, police say their actions saved lives.
so they shoot because they know what the fuck to do. But follow out the window, like everybody else do, though, man. And y'all did the same thing to my son, and that's why we doing what we do out here. Until we get some change, see y'all with cameras on each one of y'all right now. We will keep doing what we doing in these streets. I know I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it until you get cameras, so we know what y'all doing, man.
One would ask, how does this happen on our collective watch? I was surprised to see that foreign police are here.
Many of the same companies that the Israeli government and the Egyptian regime is using to quell protests in those areas are the same companies that are coming here. It's the same militarization, same police are using the same weapons from the same military contractors.
Well, protesters marched in Oakland tonight, part of a nationwide movement in support of a teenager shot and killed by a police officer more than 2,000 miles away in Ferguson, Missouri.
Protesters filled Oakland's Franco Gobble Plaza only after shutting down traffic as they marched to Oakland Police headquarters and backs. Many here insisting while Michael Brown is an example, he's not been the only one.
He was shot over 40 times as he sat in front of our home.
Cindy Mitchell came down from Vallejo, where she says her brother was shot and killed some time ago by police. She says they claimed he had a toy gun.
It's important for people to come together and share their stories and expose what's going on.
Dion Smith-Down says her son was killed by Stockton police in 2010. She just got back from Ferguson, but still feels the same.
And we never get a fair shake. Just like we want to know, is Michael Brown going to have the jury on his peers?
And protesters say they are continuing to be concerned with the ongoing militarization of police forces and say they will be protesting Urban Shield, which is the annual police trade show coming up in the first week of September.
To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress, the hate of men will pass and dictators die. And the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish.